Hi there, hello everybody. So today I'm going to show you some techniques used with this tool. It's a Chinese soup spoon. It's a technique called in Chinese Gua Sha, and in the Western world now it tends to be known either as Graston or IASTM. But IASTM is an abbreviation for instrument assisted soft tissue manipulation. Okay, so this is one thing that you'll need for this. I'm going to cover this for the use of headaches and migraines and a little bit of neck discomfort. Okay, so for this you'll need one of these and a cloth and some massage oil. Okay, so we'll get started. So you'll need to use this side of the tool here, or this bit here. Okay, so we're going to start off using this. So normally when you start off with this, you start off with a more broader part of the tool, only because you're going to use this to warm up with, and then this part here is to be used for either acupoints, archi points, or what's commonly known in the West as trigger points. Okay. So we'll start off using this part and going across, like so, going across. So this is quite good for tension headaches, or if you've been, and we'll do the other side as well, so if you've been staring at the computer for a long period of time, and you tend to do a lot of this. I mean, we subconsciously, well, especially when we're having to meet deadlines, we tend to stare into the computer like this a lot. So this is just helping to iron it out, massaging the small muscles in the face and the big muscle in the forehead, the frontalis that goes from here all the way to the back there. Okay, so this is pretty good for when you're starting to feel headaches at the front of the head. We'll go down to the side here, just down to the temple area. And the other side. Okay, and for those of us that grind our teeth a lot as well, and just get very tense around the jaw, this is quite a good one to use as well. So when you're doing this, don't be too light, but then don't be too heavy. I know that's very subjective. You'll know if it's too hard when it starts to hurt, and you know when it's too light when you don't really feel like you're not really getting any relief from it. Okay, so once you're nicely warmed up here, so now, and also you can start to feel the effects, is like when you start to feel more of a numbing sensation when you touch it with the other hand. Okay, so we're going to get into an acupuncture point now. So you're going to use this part of the tool. You're going to locate stomach 7. So stomach 7. So you find the zygomatic bone, which is the bone just under your eye here. Then you follow it underneath until you find like an arch. So just underneath what's known as the zygomatic arch, you use this part, the tip of this tool here, and you press and circle, like so. And this could be for as long as as you have time for, really. I'm just doing it for this amount of time because, you know, I'm doing this for the sake of a tutorial. That's good. Okay, we'll repeat on the other side now. Okay, so let's stroke down. You also find with this it gets quite comforting and quite warming. Okay, so we'll find that that acupoint again. So if you remember from the previous one, so you find the zygomatic bone just underneath the eye here. Follow just underneath until you find the dip, and then you just press and circle. You should feel it's quite tender in that area. So this is also a main point that's used for temporal mandibular joint disorder, or TMJD. Or if you're one of those people that grind your teeth in your sleep, or like bite quite hard, you know, when you're stressed out, this is quite a good point to use. Okay, that's great. So we're going to move on now to the scalp. So what I like to do for this, I mean, some people can do it without the the cloth, but I like to put a cloth on just because I find it's a smoother feeling, and also you don't get your hair caught in it, or if you're bald, you don't end up with very sort of visible scratch type marks. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. Oh, sorry, visible red marks. Okay, so cover your scalp with a fairly like thin cloth, and then you start off just from here, then stroke through to the back of your skull there. So you can experiment with this and just see what you like, because we're all individual. I mean, I like doing fast strokes. Some of you may want to do like maybe slightly slower or medium paced stroke. So I'm just going to pull this down a little bit just so I cover the sides of my head here. That's great. So now I'm going to take this off. And now I'm going to apply a little bit of oil to the back of my neck. You really don't need to use that much oil. So if you can see my fingers there, that's about the amount of oil that I've used. So just a tiny amount, back of the neck and into my upper traps there. So you don't want to put so much oil that you just slip, but you want enough oil there so you have a little bit of drag on the skin, but not so little that you actually take the skin off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stroke from the back of the neck down to my upper traps. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. So back of the neck, not on the actual spine itself, but in the upper traps there. I'll do the other side as well. Yeah, so you find that with me, I'm not as good, I'm right-handed, so I'm not quite as good on my left as I am as my right. Okay, so you'll notice that whenever I work, I tend to use this part, then I follow up with this part. Okay, so for this, what I'm going to do now, there's an acupoint here that you'll find. It's called gallbladder 20, or Feng. Sorry, my Chinese pronunciation isn't that great. So if you know how to pronounce it better than me, please do correct me. I believe it's called Feng Shi, or it's spelled Feng Chi, so FENGCHI, or gallbladder 20, GB20. Those of you that have studied sports massage, or you're osteopaths or chiropractors, you'll just know this as where the suboccipital muscles are. Okay, so the way you find this point is you find your sternocleidomastoid, and that's like the neck muscle here. So if I turn my head to the side here, you might see that muscle protrude. Okay, so it's this muscle here. Follow that muscle up, it comes all the way to the behind the ear, and you find that there's a bone that protrudes at the side of the skull here, called the mastoid process. Okay, and then you just go medial to it, and you'll find a dip. So going towards the back of the head, you'll find a dip there, and that's gallbladder 20, Feng Qi. So what you do is you put this part of it, that point there, and then you turn your head. We're keeping the pressure. Good. So that's about 10 times. And repeat on the other side. Okay, so after this you might want to take a bit of a rest, because your arm might be a little bit tired from scraping everywhere around your head. Take a little bit of a break, maybe 5 minutes, and come back and then try it again. Let me know how you get on with this, for those of you with any neck pains or headaches, and yeah, let me know how you get on. And if there's any other videos that you'd like me to make, please do leave a comment down below. I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Until next time, take care. And if you do want to book in a session with me, my number is 07593 108 702. You can find me as well on my website, which is www.maxstrengthholistics.co.uk. Until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and remain healthy.